Out of the abundance of a heart, a man speaks. Your words will determine where your heart is at. Now, we guard our words and we're careful in certain circumstances, but when we get around people we're familiar with, the real us comes out. It's been said that in an average day, from the time we say good morning and then later good evening, that we speak enough words to fill a book of 50 to 60 pages, or 100 books a year of 200 pages. Now, girls would do twice that. I am convinced girls talk more than guys do. Generally, there are exceptions to this, of course. But, just watch guys in a restaurant and watch girls in a restaurant. See guys, one guy will say, I think da-da-da-da, and the other guys will listen and go, well, we think, and there it is. Girls talk, well, I think, and they're all talking at the same time. Yet, they understand one another. I think it's probably a higher intelligence at work, perhaps. Somehow, don't clap, don't, because then I'll have to balance it, and you don't want that to happen. No. But, they just have this intuitive way of communicating that is all their own. But here's the thing. I don't know if it's always a good thing to say more words because you'll be judged for every word you've said. Okay, in an average day, you speak enough words to fill a book this big. That's a pretty small book, you can see. Just not too many pages. That's one day, okay? This is 1 week. That's getting a little bigger. You see, there's more pages, okay. But wait, there's more. This is 1 month. This is the biggest book I have in my library. It's called Illustrations of 7,700, Encyclopedia of 7,700 Illustrations. But this is 1 month. Now, imagine, okay, let's say this is 1 month out of your life, and I'm reading it now. I'm reading everything. I'm reading every conversation. I've got your texts in here, too. Also, your emails. Your Facebook entries, everything. It's all here, little notes, those little conversations, all those cell conversations. It's all here, and I'm reading every word. You're going to be held accountable for what you've said. Now, here's the thing. It's going to come out on what you say. If you're a bitter person, for instance, you're going to find yourself talking about it. Bitter people love to spread it around. Bitter, party of one. If you're around them, it won't be long until they bring up that topic, their pet peeve, this person they're ticked off at, and on they go. And coming back to that statement about Esau that I quoted, let me read it to you now from another translation. Keep a sharp eye out for weeds of bitter discontent. A thistle or two gone to seed can ruin a whole garden in no time. Watch out for the Esau syndrome. Trading away God's lifelong gift in order to satisfy a short-term appetite. But the weeds of bitter discontent that can ruin a whole garden in no time. If your heart is filled with bitterness, it will come out in your words. If your heart is filled with lust, that too will come out in words. What is it with some people? Everything is a sexual innuendo or a double entendre. Their minds are so messed up. Everything they say seems to have a sexual connotation. So you're talking to them, they say, well, I don't know, but I know this, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm not even going to use words to illustrate it. But and da-da, uh-huh. You're like, what? And da-da, huh. I don't get it. You don't get it? It's nice when we don't always get that stuff, isn't it? We're like, I didn't get that. Explain that. Oh, yeah. Wow, you really are twisted, aren't you? I get it now. Yeah, I got it. But that's what their mind is filled with. That's going to come out in their words or in their emails or in their texts or whatever else. And if you have a heart that's filled with grace and love and wisdom from God's word, that too will come out. Spending time with Billy Graham, I have to say that he is the most godly man I've ever met. He is everything in private that you think of him in public. He's the same guy. In fact, he's disarmingly candid, and you're amazed at his humility. I mean, he is Billy Graham, but he doesn't act like it. He's just a godly man who has an open heart and gracious words. I can't really think of any times I've heard him speak critically of anyone. Amazing. So it's all going to come out in what you say.